Greetings, sentient beings. This broadcast is not intended for children. There will be strong language and adult themes.
Hello.
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 Deep Space Annex, Majestic Nick, and Greg Hartwick.
So how's everybody out there doing?
Well, better than me, I hope. Oh.
I'm doing fine, actually. That's the problem. I'm actually doing a little too fine to be, actually expected to run things here. I'm having an interesting interaction between medications, so.
Oh, fun.
Well, just sit back in the lotus position and call your mantra and just relax.
Yeah.
Take a little trip to Saturn or something.
Oh yeah, a trip to another planet sounds fun right now.
Hey, speaking of which, did you hear about the asteroid they found?
I heard they saw one that they say could hit Earth in 2032.
Yup. It's about the size of a football field. That thing ain't going to deteriorate before it hits the ground. No.
Well, I don't think it's a planet killer, but it might wipe out a continent.
Are you kidding? That big? Fuck.
I thought for a planet killer it had to be like a mile across.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know, but I don't.
I don't know either. That's the kind of thing you ask Force Valkai about. Ivy Chan. Hey, Ivy. What the fuck up with you? Oh, and Brian Stevens came in.
Well, hi, Brian. You haven't been here lately. Not a criticism. Just glad to see you.
YR4 may impact Earth on December 22nd, 2032. It is currently estimated to be 1.3% what? 1.3% what? Inside.
I think that's the chance of actually hitting Earth. I had heard it was actually only like a 2% chance. I think it should speed up a bit. I think just it'd be more fun if it hit right on the winter solstice. I mean, if we're going to have nuclear winter, that's when it should begin, right?
It won't be nuclear winter. It'll be planetary annihilation.
Well, thanks for connecting in with us, Brian.
We should blame Trump because he won't believe, because he doesn't believe in science. He won't let us launch a rocket to punch it and make it go off in a different direction.
On the other hand, Elon Musk would like to have another excuse for launching an expensive rocket that the government pays for.
Let's see here. YR4 was detected on 27th of December last year. Astronomer has calculated that it was between 40 meters and 90 meters across. This would have the power of a nuclear bomb and were to hit the Earth and cause severe damage if the impact was in a populated area.
But not a planet killer, huh?
Nope. Well, a good population killer, apparently.
Well, let's still blame Donnie.
Yep, so that's all a question of which side of the planet does it hit, huh?
Oh, here it comes. Aaron Reed, Aaron in the Morning, happening live. Donald Trump is expected to sign a far-reaching executive order banning trans people from all sports.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to come up. From all sorts, which can range from disc golf to darts and even dancing and chess in mere moments. It is expected to have other far-reaching provisions in schools as well, although this is less certain. The NCAA is already indicated it may comply. I'll be covering it live. Watch along with me and then get a YouTube link.
Yeah, because in high school, there's a real genetic advantage to being born male for the spelling bee.
I have actually got somebody arguing with me that sending migrants to Guantanamo who isn't the same as a concentration camp, and I'm just arguing like Hitler drank water, so it's the same.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
Brian Stevens is saying there's 80 protests around the country with thousands per, but not getting any major media coverage. Odd that. Yep. Well, the main thing in the news is that Elon Musk has got a bunch of kids just out of high school together, and they've taken over the entire U.S. monetary system.
Isn't that is the most shocking thing, that he's got fucking children making decisions about our fucking national budget? What the fuck?
Oh, that's not what we should be mad about. We should be mad about the wasteful spending that the government's doing. Argument from Twitter.
The wasteful spending, like creating a new government agency that's completely redundant to a government agency we already had.
It's not even the government agency; it's an advisory position.
Yeah. But unfortunately, Trump has given him some official title, which now makes him immune from all of the ethics reviews. So in short, he doesn't have to explain to anyone what he's doing with the money.
Hey, I got a piece of good news. Political good news for our day and time there.
Okay.
I forget who it was. I believe it was a preacher of some sort. Trademarked the logo and name Proud Boys and owns it. And they will have to stop using that name and that logo. Because that's how trademark works.
I'm not sure if he can do that with something that was already in common use.
It's already done.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's a valid trademark.
Yeah, that doesn't sound valid to me.
It is now. It's his. Doesn't matter what they did with it before. They didn't trademark it.
I don't think that's how that should.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
That is how it works. You have to defend the unauthorized use of your logo, or you lose rights to it. And they have never defended the rights to their logo.
Okay, Jenny, Ivy is asking what Substack is.
Substack is a place for writers to post their work.
Hey, Demon.
So that, Ivy, that works out as a direct link to Aaron Reed if you want to follow her and stuff.
Okay.
She's pretty darn talented.
Yeah, it took me a minute to put that together again, who you said, because, like I say, my brain is not all here.
Oh, no.
My brain is just going off on different tangents and jumping between them every 5 to 8 seconds. It's just jumping to a different stream. But I got my tea. Yep. So, well, I had my follow-up with my surgeon, so finally off of the lifting restriction. Although still warned me to be careful about not reaching, stretching too far.
Brian, she has a no fee subscription, so you can get in on under that and follow her.
Hey, harmonica man, how you doing? So just to let people know, Mage and I are both a bit out of it today. So, it's pretty much Jenny's the only one coherent enough to be running anything here.
All right.
And we all know how
with
well
the clothes. Get those chains on your arms and legs.
Well,
I don't hear any chain jingling. Come on.
I just want to go back to bed and pet the kitties all day.
I could do that too.
Hate to worry. I said kitties, not pussy. And I specifically said kitties for that reason. Hey, Angie.
Angie. They let you out of jail? Boy, what a bunch of wimps. So I'm going to be fitted next week, Thursday, for my new Handmaiden Tale dress and cloak, and hat, of course. When are you going there, Perp?
Nope. Well, the advantage of those cloaks is how much explosives you can fit under them.
I would avoid saying that word.
Well, let's see here. Possibility of Trump getting impeached. If he does, we end up with the president and dolphin porn couch fucker.
Yeah, well,
yep.
And even if he's been impeached twice, it doesn't do anything if there aren't enough Republican votes in Congress to remove him from office.
Yeah, Republican pussies.
And if you get rid of Mikey too, then you get the Speaker of the House.
Yeah, I figured it would take about 18 people before we get to a Democrat, possibly more.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because last time Trump was up for impeachment, we were counting, and we had to go at least 5 down the list just to get to someone who behaved somewhat rationally at times. That wasn't even looking for a Democrat. That was just looking for a Republican who occasionally said the Democrats had a point.
Yeah, let's see. It's Vice President, Speaker of the House. Can't remember what the next one is, but that one's a lunatic Republican as well. And then you have his cabinet that we have to go through. I don't know what's after that.
I think Secretary of State is after the Speaker, but I'm not sure.
That sounds right. Yeah.
I think they go through the cabinet and then it goes back to Congress, I think.
Well, I'm not sure if they go from the Speaker of the House. I think then they go to the top in the Senate. The Senator Pro Temp or something?
Well, that's the no. Yes. The Vice President is the President Pro Tem.
Okay.
It would just be Senate Leader.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, at this point, I think getting rid of Trump would probably help because I think it would probably get Elon Musk kicked out.
I don't think it would. J.D. Vance is a dyed-in-the-wool Nazi. He's a product of the Heritage Foundation.
But even a lot of the Republicans, even MAGA Republicans, aren't all happy about Musk.
Well, then why aren't they fucking doing anything about it?
Because they're waiting for the price of eggs to come down.
Their precious Constitution.
They don't care about the Constitution. They just care about the price of eggs.
Well, in the Second Amendment.
Oh, and speaking about the price of eggs, apparently 100,000 eggs were stolen off of a truck.
Yeah, I heard about that. Wow.
They poached some eggs, and the
Oh,
police are and the police are scrambling to find out who did it.
Oh, Mage.
But it is a true story that somebody did actually steal 100,000 eggs off of a truck.
Yeah, it's a pretty good yolk.
Yeah, well, at the price they're going for these days.
The theft amounted to $40,000 worth of eggs.
Oh, I heard 59,000, but okay.
I heard mine on ABC News, so who knows?
Yeah, Waffle House put a 25% surcharge per egg. And,
I think that's appropriate.
yeah, well, they had a video of one of their customers responding by throwing chairs across the counter at employees.
For 50 cents, huh?
That sounds about right for Waffle House.
Yeah. I have never actually been in a Waffle House. They just haven't had one in any state that I've lived in.
I like Waffle House. It's like an IHOP without all the fancy designs.
Hey, Journey.
I like IHOP. My dad used to go to IHOP quite a lot, so
I actually have some fun memories of IHOP. And when I was in high school, that was, basically where we went to just, sit and hang out and spend 3 or 4 hours without ordering anything more than drinks.
The people around here who sell eggs, and there's got at least half a dozen in our extended neighborhood here, which is about a 10-mile radius. I know of 6 different ones, and every one of them has shut down their egg operation, at least to the public, that is. I'm sure they still have their chickens that are getting all the eggs they need.
Shut it down? I thought they would have just been able to charge more for them.
No, I don't understand why they're doing it. I suspect it's just to protect their own supply.
Yeah. Yeah, around here the eggs are going for about $6.50, $7 a dozen.
I bought 3 dozen before it started heading for the new spike. So I got them hanging around.
I still have my chickens.
Yeah, I don't use a lot of eggs, not for any particular reason. I just don't think of them much.
Yeah,
they're good and still fair. Well, no, they're not fairly cheap. Yeah, well, they are still fairly cheap protein. Even if they go to $12, that's $1 a shot for protein.
Yeah, but for how many ounces of protein?
Enough for a day? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't calculated out, how many ounces of meat is an egg worth nutritionally. I don't know.
6 grams.
6 grams. So
daily minimum is what, around 20 or something?
Yeah. Yeah. What's the recommended dietary for an adult to have for protein every day?
Adult is that's body weight. 60 grams of protein a day.
60. Wow.
So you'd have to eat 10 eggs a day to cover that.
Yeah. That's a lot of eggs.
Yep.
That's as many as Paul Newman did in what was that name of the film? With him, Strother Martin. He was a prisoner working on a road gang, and they did a contest of who could eat the most eggs, and he was up to 50 or 60, something like that. What we got here is the failure to communicate. Is where that line came from.
Yeah, I don't remember what movie that was. Yeah, that's pretty much for me. I can manage to go without eggs, except if I get the idea to bake something.
I never eat more than 2 dozen a day.
Cool Hand Luke.
Yes, that's it. If you're a Paul Newman fan at all, it's a good one to watch.
Yep. What's this about cheese?
Shaking the bush here, boss. Shaking the bush.
Brian Stevens is saying that the real cheese is actually cheaper than the fake stuff. I have not seen cheese take a real sharp upward take.
Well, chickens and milk aren't related.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering what the comment about cheese was about, because cheese prices around here, haven't really gone up all that much.
Unless, of course, you've gotten that new hybrid animal, the Chief. I hear they're really big in Kansas City. Eat a Chief for breakfast.
Oh. Were people aware that the price you pay for milk is based on how far you live from Eau Claire, Wisconsin?
Yep.
That is literally the way the federal government calculates how much of a I had the word. How much of a price subsidy they'll put on milk, which also is how they calculate the maximum price stores are allowed to charge for it.
Yeah, that's always part of the farm bill.
Yeah. Which I really think they need to get rid of that, because doesn't that mean that, like, the milk farmers in California and New York are getting a much better deal than the farmers who in between, who are like.
Well, that's what the milk price supports are about. The calculation is based on, or affects how much they get for milk support because of the cost and all that kind of stuff. It's an ancient law and probably doesn't need to exist anymore. But I don't know it well enough to really have a strong opinion. But I know in Eau Claire that milk is free and eggs are $1 a dozen. So maybe you want to move there.
Yeah, if eggs were $1 a dozen, I'd drive down there and I'd pack up my van with as many as I could carry, and I'd be reselling them up here.
What, cows?
Eggs.
Oh, eggs. I'm only about 70 miles from Eau Claire.
Isn't Olate that oil substitute stuff that caused anal leakage?
Let's see. What was that thing? Olefin?
Olate. Oleate. Brian Stevens is talking about it, as that's what's causing the price on the artificial cheese. We actually just had regular cheese on sale here at a good price. Well, what's a good price now? But worked out to only about $4 a pound.
Cheese has been staying fairly steady.
Yep.
I am having such a good time, though, going into little political arguments on TikTok and hear the megas whine about what Trump is doing and how we get to just say, well, that's what you voted for. That's what you wanted. We told you don't do it, but here, see now. Do you believe us this time?
No, they don't.
And of course they don't.
Yeah, there's one guy who was going to court because they're trying to deport his wife because she's an immigrant. And he's basically saying that, yeah, well, when I voted for Trump to deport the immigrants, I thought he meant only the bad ones.
It doesn't even mean in the ones that were here unauthorized.
Yep.
Down to Guantanamo. Well, that's good. If they're at Guantanamo again, then Rick Santos, what's his name? Ron DeSantis from Florida can go back there. That's where he used to work.
Yeah.
Dickhead DeSantis.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis.
Nobody should be sent to Guantanamo. That's just a heap of abuses.
Let's see if this fuckwit has anything else to say. About this. Oh yes, he did. Oh, it's just my hypothesis. Is that it's them being sent to Guantanamo when we did torture there. Apparently, that's just my hypothesis.
Oh, I wouldn't put it past DeSantis.
Oh, that they are definitely sending people to Guantanamo, and it is a separate facility on the same island. They've got a separate facility that was for the political prisoners and military prisoners, and then a separate camp that was for immigrants. But that still doesn't necessarily mean it's being run any better.
Well, that's not a concentration camp.
Brian Stevens says, I think it's a supply chain thing. Cheese is more locally sourced, costs less to go from production to shelf. Yeah. Well, and that's around here. We've got a lot of local cheese production. For Wisconsin and Minnesota, cheese is one of our main products.
Yeah, you don't find artificial cheese in this area. No. Well, there is Kraft American cheese, but that's pretty much it. Nobody's selling that.
Yeah, there's Kraft American and there's Velveeta, but that's about it. Gotcha.
Oh, you can't tell the difference between Japanese internment camps and prisons and detainment centers versus Nazi death camps. This is the guy's argument, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed. Start over.
He says you can't tell the difference between Japanese internment camps, prisons, and the detainment centers versus Nazi death camps.
Well, yeah, okay. They just haven't built that part of it yet.
You just don't have the aptitude to understand reality, apparently, is the guy's argument. And by the way, this is on Blue Sky.
Okay. Bye, Brian. Yeah, unfortunately, we're getting into Blue Sky. But, even the Japanese internment camps that the U.S. had during World War II, not the greatest places. They were not luxury condos.
German prisoners in World War II were sent to America, where out into rural areas and such, and they were treated as good as any other human being. And actually, in many cases, became valued members of the community. I know Milwaukee had a camp in those days, right where Valhalla our cemetery is now. And that's just true all over the Midwest. They came, they worked, they developed relationships. Lots and lots of them stayed.
Tubin, speaking of Gitmo, I think it was Ron DeSantis who was in the military and said he enjoyed torturing prisoners. Yes.
Yep.
Yep, that was Ron DeSantis.
He actually said that?
Yep.
Yep. Now, why that didn't kill his political career? It certainly would have killed the political career of any Democrat.
Wow.
Or at least speculated that he said that, if I remember correctly.
He did admit at least to participating in it. I don't remember if he specifically said he enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think that report may have come from somebody who was in Guantanamo Bay. He's relaying the information, not directly from him. My memory is a bit fuzzy on the whole thing, so.
Yeah, as I recall, he did admit that he supervised some waterboarding.
And before Ron, you had Rick Scott, right?
Yep.
Yeah, boy, you've really got to run them, find them sentient human beings running your
school. We had Dick Scott.
Hey, some mommy.
Skeletor.
Dick Scrotum. Yeah, that works. Dick Scrotum, yeah.
Dick Scrotum, yeah.
So, mommy, you got my vote.
I mean,
yeah.
His head does kind of look like a combination of a dick and a scrotum.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks like Skeletor.
Nah, Skeletor looks better than that.
Skeletor gets makeup. Come on.
Yeah, so mommy, we need a good candidate since it sounds like that asteroid's going to take its time and not get here. The question is, will it be possible to have a midterm election? Or are the Republicans just going to have everything rigged so well in 2 years that it won't mean anything? There's been some stuff coming out now saying that they suppressed so many voters that Kamala Harris should have won.
Yep.
But so many people were taken off the voter rolls and given provisional ballots, and then the provisional ballots weren't counted.
I heard like about 3 million.
Yeah, well, actually, it was around 4 million, but 3 million might have gone to Harris. Though I did come across I think it was, who was it? David Pakman, I think is doing a breakdown and saying that the numbers don't really play out since the guy was using old figures.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about the numbers, but I'm just looking at that and thinking, so what is that going to mean for the midterm election in 2026? Are they going to suppress enough voters so that they keep control of Congress?
Though
how people vote?
Yeah, though I do think there's maybe some substance to it, considering we were seeing a lot of people coming out reporting that they had been suspiciously purged from voter rolls.
Yeah. Well, and all the purges of the voter rolls were in predominantly Democratic districts.
Because that's how the Republicans play the game. They cheat. I want to buy corned beef. St. Patrick's Day is coming up in a month. I want a corned beef.
Yeah. Have a good Reuben. Lavender Lady used to love a good Reuben.
Reubens are good. I tend to like to get the ones that don't have sauerkraut on them.
Well, that's not a Reuben.
Sure it is.
Then it's just a corned beef sandwich.
I want our traditional what our traditional Irish dinner always was on St. Patrick's Day. It was corned beef, boiled potatoes, and boiled carrots, and all in one pot.
Yep. Well, except you left out the cabbage.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You got to put a head of cabbage in there. Yep, that's what my dad used to do.
Oh, I love the taste of cabbage out of that concoction. God, it's so good. So
yeah.
And then sauerkraut on the side.
Yep.
And extra toilet paper in the bathroom.
Yes.
Gonna be some greasy ones coming.
Well, that's why we need to adopt bidets. Then we would save on the toilet paper. And then that would actually mean that the sewer treatment plants wouldn't have such a problem with keeping up with expansion of cities if there wasn't so much toilet paper being flushed.
I don't know if it was a legit story, but somebody said that China is going to refuse to print Trump's Bibles.
I think China should refuse to produce anything for Trump. Mexico
Yeah,
too.
They make too much money off of it.
Yeah, I like how he's claiming victory. Oh, see, my tariffs did the trick. No, you asshole. You couldn't deal with the threats.
I'll be right back.
No, you created a problem and pretended to fix it.
Yeah. I still don't get why they hate trans people so much when we're so damn few. You know, there are more people with red hair than there are trans people.
Well, they like red hair, so.
Oh, everybody loves red hair. Which is really not fair to red-haired kids in grade school and stuff. How they could always get teased because their hair is red. I was always jealous.
Hollywood doesn't seem to much care for red hair.
No, I would say they're not a red hair mode, but they used to be. I mean, the days of Maureen O'Hara. Oh my God, did she have beautiful red hair? Auburn, deep auburn. I am losing my hair.
You're losing your hair?
Yep.
Oh,
this thyroid thing, I'm sure, is what's going on. That's a very typical symptom of thyroid issues. Yeah, that's pretty depressing. I would hate to wear a wig. I mean, I would, but God damn.
So did all the tariff stuff get sorted out?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, I've been concerned with the stuff, especially between the U.S. and Canada, because we get so much stuff from them.
Yeah. I'm hoping, Tsunami, that you've got a little blockage going on in that north-south artery.
Yeah,
I'm 100%. And you're gone.
Well, I'm still expecting that Melania did not expect him to last this long. But she probably figured the Big Mex would have done him in for, just a couple of years after they got married, and she'd get all the money.
Doesn't she qualify as the longest term prisoner he's had?
Probably. I don't really know the numbers on that.
Well, she's got to be at least 18.
Yeah.
I guess.
Depends which state they were married in. There are still a number of states that anything above 16 is legal, and some of them even go below that if the parent signs off.
Yep.
Well, I like the idea of the Trump kid Barron getting booted out of the country because he's an anchor baby.
Yeah.
Isn't that luscious to think about?
Yeah.
And for that matter, so are his other kids. Donnie and Funny Face Eric were both born by Ivanka, and they were her anchor babies.
Yeah. And Personally, any thought I had that they had human emotions was completely washed away when they allowed Trump to bury her on the golf course.
Mm.
You know, if those kids cared at all about her mother, they should have been indignant about that.
Mm-hmm.
What would make you think they care about their mother?
Let's see here. Melania Trump, she was 35 when she got married to Donald.
Yeah, she was a professional model. Okay, if The Apprentice was accurate, Trump got his playbook from Roy Cohen. Attack, 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 deny everything and admit nothing. Yep. Yeah, anyone connected with him seems to be only concerned with how much money they can grift off a situation.
Everybody connected to him ends up going to jail. How can people not figure that out?
Yeah, well,
I guess they've got a list of 5,000 FBI people who have worked on the January 6th case, and they're being referred for termination. Now, any magas out there want to explain to me how this is not a dictatorship? You jerks.
yeah.
You stupid assholes.
Yeah, I'm concerned about Elon Musk controlling the whole country's money now.
You goat fuckers.
Because if Elon can basically rewrite the budget and effectively lock everyone else out of the computer system.
Well, I'm nervous. I mean, the fucking Musk has his goddamn balls wrapped around my retirement money.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's also one of my big concerns.
And Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid.
Well, Medicaid they want to do away with first because that helps poor people.
Yep.
And there's no sense to helping the poor.
Yeah, Social Security only helps the elderly, and they wanted them to die off in COVID.
No, it helps the disabled. I'm on SSI.
Yeah, well, they wanted to get rid of them too. So.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, I'm on SSI because mine's because of disability.
Yeah, that's what I'm on
still
for.
Technically too young to retire.
I should be on SSI, but they wouldn't qualify me. Something about not being able to walk and stuff, not letting me be a mechanic anymore has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'm not going to read that one out loud, but Tubin, that was my thought after that, too, after that incident. That she got tired of waiting.
That wasn't an assassination, that was a stage play.
I don't know about that.
I do.
There were a lot of weird things about it, but I certainly would not say that wasn't a possibility.
I would. He wouldn't take the risk of being shot at. He's too cowardly.
Yeah, but he didn't seem to be frightened by it either, so.
He did seem to be frightened by it.
Have you noticed how they've never put out a precision map about where everybody was located when the shot fired?
What do you mean?
A bullet goes in a straight line.
Yeah, and he had a straight shot.
Yeah, and it killed the guy in the audience who was just collateral damage as far as the Republicans are concerned.
Yeah.
They could care less. And
So-
if they have produced a schematic of it, I have not seen it.
I don't know if they have, but I've purposely been trying to not watch as much news in the last couple of years as I used to. Just can't handle it, but yeah. Oh, okay, there. Mage has a graphic for you.
So we got
Let's see
the
here.
shooter right there. Trump. Secret Service agents
Yeah.
that took him out.
Hold it there.
But yeah, somebody in the Secret Service did drop the ball, though, if there was a line of sight there and they didn't check that building.
The critically injured right behind and Trump with the little yellow dot there.
Except that's backwards. No, I guess it's not. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. No. No, it's not backwards. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yep.
these aren't precise locations, and it's easier to just put a dot somewhere.
Yeah.
I need to see somebody triangulate with imagery and stuff before I believe any of that crap.
Yeah. Tsunami makes a point that, Trump had given them permission to carry guns into his rallies, so they didn't pay too much attention to guys walking around with rifles.
Imagery.
Could you put that back up there?
Which one? The other one?
No, Perp. Speaking Tsunami.
These people normalizing carrying firearms into the rallies to the extent that they don't notice a guy setting up a rifle to blast their Oompa Loompa.
You think the guy carrying the ladder and the gun would have tipped him off?
Yeah, well, I do understand that, yeah, they've pushed legislation to, ban private citizens buying ladders.
Perp, would you send me that thing from the Hindu?
The Hindu?
That's the credit on the photograph.
Oh, on the graphic there. That's Mage put that up.
The article?
Sure, whatever you have up there on screen right now.
Yeah, just post it back to the Twitter group and we can look at later.
Yeah, sure. It's some blog. Or, damn it, I lost the. That's not right either. I clicked away from the damn thing. Now I trying to find the same link.
Peep-up. So how's Molly doing?
She's doing okay. Yeah, I guess this is it. I don't know how good the if the actual blog thing is a good source for whatever news they have in there. I'm just looking for images.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really paying attention to whatever news thing they have to say in the thing.
It might be the Hinduist in news.
Well, here's another one from the BBC. Different angle. So we have the gunmen, spectators, here's benches, Trump stage, Secret Service that took him out from like what we saw over here. It's just a kind of flipped spectator stage, gunmen, Secret Service. So yeah, there's plenty of these that just show us the layout of this.
By the way, we're going to start that as a hashtag. I want you all to pay attention to that. And the hashtag is Donnie Boy lusts for trans women. It's time to start spreading that around.
Well, maybe that's what the Russian tapes are about, why he so chummy with them. I'm still convinced they've got some blackmail material of some kind on him. But yeah, we're all in pretty low gear today. So maybe we'll just keep this a real short one.
Well, let's see. I'm seeing her trying to compile all my trivia for Sunday.
Tell more.
you
Tell
said-
more.
You said you're doing about the Little Mermaid?
Yep, the animated Little Mermaid. And I'll do a reading of Hans Christian Andersen's Little Mermaid.
Did you find an image of the first VHS cover they had?
That's would be a good one to get a hold of. If I can.
Yeah.
I grabbed a cover for when I'm doing the thing, but I don't know if it's the cover. So here's a nice little bit of trivia for you. To give a little teaser. Taylor Swift's song "But Daddy I Love Him" is inspired by a line from the film when Ariel confronts King Triton. Swift was born in 1989, the year the film was released.
What the hell is this? America's Test Kitchen is on, and I have the sound off, so I'm trying to figure out what the fuck it is they're making.
Hello, my Molly's here.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
It's a souffle made out of potatoes.
A day or two ago, a neighbor's dog decided to go up to Molly and check her out and sniff her, and Molly apparently didn't like this and started barking.
So she was not prepared for it.
Yeah, I think she may have been taken off guard. I've never really seen her really bark that much right in front of a dog like that. Usually, once the dog gets up to her, she'll calm down. Like,
Okay, Mama Bear Molly from now on.
Mama Bear Molly, huh? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I thought I had figured out how to switch how her name appeared in Chrome, but apparently I did it wrong. It didn't work. But she's doing it on her phone, and I don't know where the stuff is on mobile to get the right menus. I have a hard enough time doing it on my own machine. Okay, so I know we've only been going for an hour here, people, but it just sounds like we're all kind of run down, so me thinking we should just let it go here. Jenny, did you have anything you wanted to say before we sign off?
No, I guess not. Not that I can say and keep myself out of jail.
Okay. Okay, and then Mage, you're doing that Sunday night. What time?
8 o'clock.
Okay, you want to drop your link in the side chat there?
Yep.
Yeah, so Mommy, we're kind of burned out. We don't have good topics, and I really don't feel like dealing with politics today.
Neither do I.
So
anyway,
unless somebody had a topic that wasn't dealing with politics, I'm gonna let it go here.
Anyway, I'll be doing a Sunday show, a live show. I'll do a little bit of singing. I'll be doing a few pop culture news. I've got a couple trailers to review. I'll be doing some movie trivia of the animated Disney's Little Mermaid, and then I'll follow that with a reading of Hans Christian Andersen's Little Mermaid.
I'll watch when you get the June Taylor dancers.
June Taylor dancers, huh?
Yeah, that's an old thing. I think I got that right.
The name sounds familiar, that they were on some old variety show.
I'm not bringing in guests until I get about 500 to 1,000 subs.
When Jackie Gleason had a show other than the series that he was in that was violent and misogynistic.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll just be back here for the same thing next week. That's really all I've got going on as far as YouTube goes. So,
yep. And if you want to get into my midnight showings, let me know. We're going over Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood at the moment.
Yep.
You got snow there, Molly? Perp, you got snow too?
Actually, let me put the.
We had gotten some a couple of days ago. It's melting again, being tracked around. So it's been bouncing, but we're back in the cold enough to keep snow now.
Yeah, it's not snowing here.
Yeah, I think our temperature's only going to be in the teens for the next couple of days. Okay, well, with that, we will wish you all a good day and catch you next week. Bye-bye.
Au revoir. Be gay, do crime.